think from our standpoint, we're really looking at personalization as yet another aspect of loyalty that is continuing to evolve. And I think the way it's evolving is that brands are trying to move from what was personalization equals acknowledging a member's name, maybe acknowledging some anniversary that they have or some tier status that they may have within program lens, to more of a hyper personalization where we're now acknowledging a customer's preferences, and things that either they have provided to us, self-reported, or we've been able to observe in the behavioral data. So kind of that hyper personalization, and again, extending well beyond what was just an acknowledgement maybe of some personal information like name. Secondarily, I think from our standpoint, just broadly speaking, cadence, frequency, really understanding what's the magic moment or the micro moments from a timing standpoint. You may have the right message and the right aspect of personalization, but you also have to consider when is the right time to deliver that. When is the right time when the customer's mind share, so to speak, is available to either behave, decision, or act upon what you're trying to influence. So for us, the personalization can't really be done without also thinking about kind of that cadence and frequency and timing aspect of how you're interacting with customers.
So it's really important, and it's important for two reasons. Is you want to make sure that you're communicating with a customer in not a very broad range, so you're not casting a wide net across all your customers. They're fairly sophisticated today. They understand that you're collecting a lot of data on them, so I think they expect more. Loyalty is being judged against the everyday consumer shopping on an e-commerce site. And if we think of what the likes of what Amazon can do around making recommendations and understanding not just your purchasing behavior, but your browsing behavior and your intent, I think that personalization needs to come to the loyalty industry. And we bring that in through machine learning and segmentation as well. So we're bringing those aspects to the program to help our customer do that. And we're trying to do it as efficiently as possible because it is a large task.
That's an excellent question, because that's a big thing. That's one of the top priorities on our roadmap right now. Is we currently do personalization and segmentation and offer management and everything else, but we know we can be better. We believe we can find ways to make it even more personal, even more relevant to the program member, and drive higher open rates, click rates, offer acceptance, all those things. And not because we want to, well, in some respects, yeah, we do want to drive more sales back for our clients, but we just want to be more meaningful. We want to matter. We want the program to matter to the member. I mean, they're paying a fee to be a part of it. We want to make sure that they feel that this is a good benefit for them. It's a big deal and we've got to get it right. And I think the pressure's on us now coming, in the environment that we're in now. Yeah, you really got to get it right because, one, you got to try to win consumers back, and two, you got to try to hold on to them as best you can.
I'm worried I'm going to sound like a broken record to some degree, but I think that personalization is about knowing more about someone, right? And in some of my past roles and my past lives, we knew that what you spent money on indicated a lot about who you are and what you value. But that only goes so far because you can't see beyond some of the things that you would like to transactionally or demographically to make the right assumptions about the the customer that you want to talk to. And that's why I think when you get to personalization, you have to understand voice. Voice is extremely important. We all have gotten emails in this time that we look at and go, wow, I hope this was on an automatic email generator, because if not, I'm worried if this is really what they wanted to say to me. It seems so out of touch with what we're going through right now. And I think voice is a very important part of that. But that speaks to how are people meeting you in that place? What voice resonates with them the most? What matters to them the most? And so, like I said, if they're in a habit mentality with you as a brand, one voice would say, don't actually take them out of that habit. Now, COVID is going to take a lot of people out of habits, But I think for those people that interact with their brand in a habitual way, it's important to not break that, because some of the most stressful things are around change. But when you look at status and reciprocity, one has to do with how are you making me feel special by the way you talk to me about my relationship with you as a brand. And the other says, how are you forging a relationship that I already believe we have, and I just want to make sure you think so too. So I think personalization comes from that, understanding that and then getting that right voice. But I think cadence will be the biggest impact. I genuinely hope that it's the biggest impact out of this, because this is about finding quality interactions, not quantity interactions. And I think all of us just suffer from how much is coming into our inbox that's not meaningful. And if we got less, but of more quality and talking to us in the way that is meaningful to each one of us, we'd click on that at a response rate perspective much more than we do today. So my hope is that people will step back as they slow down their cadence a little bit in this, and think through what that voice should be, have that voice be more personally motivated, and then actually get their cadence to be a quality cadence versus a quantity. And I think quantity is always what happens when quality is questioned, because they just have to hit the machine more and more often, but that's antithetical or goes right against what we're trying to do from a loyalty perspective.